All right.
This car's great.
Yeah, is it?
Have you driven it yet?
For a little bit. I think we got in one chase with it.
You want me to be completely honest?
Yeah.
This is without a shadow of a doubt the best car in the PD.
Really?
This is so much. This is 20 times better than the PD Yo Buffalo, which is meant to be the best car.
Which one?
This car, the like my car, the Yo Buffalo, that one.
The Yote Buffalo. Okay.
Yeah. So there's only two of those, and it's meant to be for a reason for only like pretty much me and Ventura. You know, the two heads of the Pursuit unit.
Yeah.
And this car is by a miles better. It can go over staircases and bumps. It doesn't flip on its roof. It sticks down to the ground, doesn't slide out. It's as fast as my vehicle, if not faster. I don't see what it couldn't do, to be honest. I did not see a single issue.
Try driving over the curbs.
I did, and it was perfect. That's
over curbs. Really?
Yeah, I did a thing where any other even criminal cars can't really go over a bump that will make you stall if you hit it. This car just went over the bump, no problem.
So how? What does that mean exactly? Does that mean it's got to be taken out of the fleet or?
So I mean, listen. For now, have fun, Mr. Brian. You're gonna hold down the streets. I don't know what will happen.
Well, I mean, this is Maxwell's car, so.
Yeah. I don't really know, to be honest. I mean, we'll see what happens.
Well, I mean, like generally,
probably nothing. But
what I'm trying to understand is like. You mentioned there's like two in the fleet. Like, is there like balancing that's done by the pursuit team? Like, what's
Yeah, I mean, we do not want to overkill. So, for example, we've had a president where there. Yeah. I recently found out Ventura has a Yote Scout, which is still a boat. It has its downside. Yeah. But we should not be putting Yotes into cars. At least this is how we managed, unless it's been approved by high command. Obviously, you're saying it's Maxwell's car, so I'm guessing they've approved it. Yeah. But I mean, we always try to make sure that we are not too strong. Otherwise, I would be saying right now I would be having 30 of these. So obviously we try to balance with the pursuit unit, and having this out there might be an issue, but I can't really speak on that now. I think we're gonna speak to high command, double check what their thoughts on it is, and we'll see what happens, I guess. But at this point,
is high command managing? So I'm trying to understand to get my sense of things, because this isn't something we used to do back in the day. Like, are we like, what? How do I put this? So obviously there's only supposed to be like a certain amount of interceptors on a particular chase. Right, depending on what's out there. But like, how is that managed when everyone's sort of upgrading their vehicles? Are there parts that are banned, or?
So how we've had it so far is you are not allowed to have a Yote unless it's been approved by the high command. So I'm guessing high command in general have approved this vehicle have a Yote, but I mean, I can't really say, but I mean, the Max is driving, and Maxwell does everything by the books. I'm guessing it has, but I don't know. Like, for example, I don't let anybody drive the Yote unless they have been approved. Does that make sense? Unless it's pretty much me. Because we want to make sure that not everybody has a crazy car. Like, for example, if I crash out in a pursuit, the criminals now know we've lost the Yote. We've lost one of the best cars. Now we can get out. But then imagine there's 3 of these that are better than that. And it's like, oh, well, now it doesn't really matter that the best possible vehicle was taken out. We did everything we could, because now we have this. You know what I mean? Now, maybe that's not a problem. It probably isn't. We'll see. But
I'm trying. Are we like self-inflicting, or is like high command demanding this? Like, who's making this decision?
Pretty sure we did with Turner. Pretty sure we made this call with
Turner saying that we gotta like. So I can tell you that the Yote was given to select individuals to test. This is what Peter's told me, but I don't know if there's like, I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Like, if there's an actual like restriction, right?
We've had a restriction, yes. We had I think there's an announcement about it, but it was a while ago. But I don't think we've,
that was like, I don't think 4 or 5 months ago or something.
Yeah, I don't think we've stayed away from the announcement, though, as far as I know. But maybe we did, and that's what I don't know, which is why I'm saying. Listen, I'm saying
I think we should ask, right? Because the thing is, like, if we're not getting restricted on anything, like, I'm all for like balancing the pursuits and whatnot, but you know, if we're shooting ourselves in the foot, you know,
I mean, we definitely are. I mean, and that's how the PD has always operated, right?
No,
we try not to. I mean, there's a reason why we have, you know, 6 units to each call, with 4 units to each call. You know, we're self-inflicting at the end of the day to balance things out.
Yeah, well, no, I just mean like in this case, right? Like, if we're able, self-inflicting in the sense that, like, you know, there's going to be times where we need a certain number of vehicles, and if we don't have those vehicles, right?
Yeah.
Well, and
let
it's
me
high
put it to you
command
like
that's
this.
setting those numbers.
Yeah. Well, so the announcement about the Yo thing was 1.5 months ago. That nobody should have it, otherwise, you know, if it's not approved by high command.
Was there another announcement?
Yeah. Aspen Gray put one up the 21st of March. Yeah. No one should be buying a 5.0 Yote.
That's when the Yote started. Okay,
exactly.
Because prior to this, the Yotes were, you had to get them overseas.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got you. All right.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, and this is, I mean, I think you probably agree on this as well, right? Is like, we have the PRT, the pursuit unit, for a reason. And if, you know, if there's cars outside of the pursuit unit that's better than the, you know, our cars, that's when you got to ask, should the cars outside of the unit be worse, or should our cars be better, you know? Because it doesn't really make sense for there to be better cars outside of the pursuit unit. You know what I mean?
The pursuit unit used to be very different when I was around a lot more often. Nowadays, it's back in the day, the pursuit unit was primarily targeting like race calls, right? But not specifically the cargo fast unit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like, I don't know. Well, so while we're on the topic, what's going on with my certification? Because I'm hearing different things from different people. I had to wait like 2 months until I finally approached McNulty about it, and then
I think, did Henry not?
Then I got cleared by McNulty, because I had to approach him, and I was like, "What's going on with my thing?" He cleared me, gave me approval for the penumbra, given that it was purchased for me, and shortly thereafter, I think it was Chaos who approached me, which on your behalf, according to him. So
he came on our behalf.
So what's going on? I want to understand
exactly. So McNulty had certed you. He forgot to tell everyone else, so we didn't know. Nobody knew. He didn't give you the tags on the roster. I gave you the tags recently.
Yeah.
We requested. Have you gotten the tags on the email or no?
Yeah. McNulty gave it, or Peters, I think.
So everybody pretty much forgot to, or McNulty forgot to tell everyone that you were actually certed. We were informed you were certed, which was fine. However, around the time that you were certed, or a little bit after, we have enacted a thing where PD or pursuit kittens should only be driving the normal Buffalo without an engine swap. And then once you're fully certed, you can drive the penumbra and the coquettes and everything.
And what is this? Why. So here's my thing, Bradford, right? And I'm not going to try to come at you, right? I want you to understand my
you're
POV.
fine. You can speak your speak your thoughts. I don't mind.
Brother, I had to wait 2 months for y'all motherfuckers to come and talk to me. I had to go seek that shit out myself. And then the moment I got certed, I step into a vehicle for 5 minutes and I got a fucking senior officer speaking on behalf of you when you can approach me like a fucking man.
He's the pursuit. He's the PD supervisor, the pursuit team supervisor.
Yeah, but you and McNulty failed to approach me for 2 months.
Why should I have approached you?
Y'all ran my pursuit.
I didn't run your pursuit. That was McNulty. I told him to. No, I wasn't part of it.
He was driving, but you had signed off on it.
Yeah. So I told him to do a whole thing. He failed to inform me that he hadn't talked to anyone. I mean, I told him to talk to everyone whenever. I literally have an email of whatever the fuck, you know, telling them, you know, once you're done with the thing, tell me who you want to get certed. You know, just tell me last thing. And he said, yeah, I got you. So I'm sorry if he didn't talk to you prior. He didn't make it known to me that you weren't approached. Yeah. And, you know, I was never told by you that you weren't approached, you know. So
but you get what I'm saying, right? You're sending a senior officer to speak to
I'm
a
sitting a
sergeant.
pursuit supervisor. He's the same rank as McNulty in the pursuit team.
Yeah, listen. Given the context, right? I had to wait 2 months for this. Yeah. It puts him in an awkward position, right? Because
I mean, not really. He should be able to handle conversations like that. I mean, he's the pursuit supervisor. He's the second in command.
I told him to go eat a dick.
Else.
He walked off.
Okay, well, he hasn't made me privy of that, but whatever he said still stands.
I got you. So,
you told him to go eat a dick?
I mean, like in so many words, brother. Like, once again, put yourself in my perspective. I do. I understand. I did this, because I wanted to do it the right way. I go take my pursuit test, and I gotta fucking wait 2 months, and I had to approach McNulty directly, right?
Yeah,
you would think the pursuit team,
sorry.
which, well, it's not a sorry thing, right? Because this is me providing criticism, right?
Yeah. No, I agree. And McNulty has been. I mean, listen, I'm not going to tell you what we're going to be doing in the pursuit team, but we know about how it was handled, which is why we brought in chaos to make make sure things move and shift too. At one point, it was extremely stale. There was only a few things being run per month or whatever.
Gotcha.
And it was bad. So we know, and I appreciate the criticization, and we know how it was.
Why didn't you approach me directly?
I mean, he made you. I mean, I don't know what I would have done there. So he did your. Okay, let me tell you from my viewpoint, right?
You told the senior to go talk to another sergeant.
I did not. I told the person right below me, my rank, that should be handling you to talk to you. Similar to me telling an FTO to talk to a cadet, in that retrospect. I'm not saying you're a cadet, but if that makes sense, in the pursuit units. So he's a supervisor. He's the second in command. I'm the first in command.
Aren't like those pretend ranks?
Well, I mean, it's similar to if a TRT head, delegates it to a TRT supervisor to handle a TRT member. Does that make sense?
Not really. I don't think chain of command exists within units, right? Within the unit, sure.
It definitely does. We have that in every single unit. We have heads, the two people that lead the actual operation, and then we have leads in the units.
Would you go up to Turner and take his pursuit tags, or Maxwell?
Say again?
Would you tell Maxwell that she can't drive this vehicle anymore?
No, she can drive this. Hello, it's a V-Star. She's command. She's high command.
No. Like, let's say you're like, hey, I don't think she fits driving this pursuit vehicle. I'm gonna refuse her to be able to get into the vehicle. Right?
Are you talking about like any interceptor?
Yeah.
I mean, we've allowed high command to drive interceptors, so that's fine.
No.
Let's
say you think she broke the pursuit etiquette, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you prevent her from getting into a pursuit vehicle?
No, I don't have any jurisdiction with that. We've made
because she's outside. She's above your chain of command.
No. If she is. So she's not a kitten. She is not within the pursuit team unit. She's driving a Buffalo because she is high command. Now let's say Mr. Turner was a kitten and was specifically driving a Penumbra or whatever. Let's say he's fully certed and he was driving a Penumbra, okay? And he is simply driving the Penumbra because he is a fully certed pursuit driver. If there was an issue with him, Henry Chaos would be handling him.
Yeah, I'm not trying to give you a tough time.
No.
Just
you're not.
Clear,
I love talking.
I am so confused why there's a belief that there's like this internal chain of command in the units, right?
I'm sorry to tell you, but every single unit, as per the high command, has a chain of command.
And high command signed off on this? That's so strange to me.
It's been like this for a year. Every single unit has a chain of command.
That is cooked.
So let me ask you something. Do you know Quangle's position in TRT?
Brother, like I said, I had to wait fucking 2 months just to get inside a vehicle until I'm being told off by a senior. That's been I'm giving you perspective. That's what happened to me. And I know you're apologetic, but like, I'm just like, how the fuck did these motherfuckers spend 2 months not letting me know what's going on? Right?
I don't know why McNulty didn't.
So,
I really don't. I told him.
McNulty did apologize, right? But still, there's perspective. For
100%.
me, I would expect another sergeant to be like, "Hey, there's an issue here. I'm going to give him a phone call," right? Not send a senior. It puts that senior in a really shitty spot, right?
So now, we didn't even know the fact that okay, well, I mean, you could have always reached out to me. You know that, right? Throughout these entire 2 months, you didn't have to wait 2 months. You could have reached out to anyone, but you waited 2 months to reach out to McNulty. You know, you could have.
I could have. I gave some leeway, if I'm going to be honest, right?
Okay.
So
I mean, I don't know. It sucks maybe that you give leeway when I don't know. McNulty should have talked to you 100%. You should have talked to you. I eventually went to
McNulty, right?
Yeah. Which is again, you shouldn't have. And I don't know why it took so long for McNulty. I told him literally the day after he did his hot pursuit to give me, tell me if he wants to cert anybody. He didn't tell me, so I figured, okay, he doesn't want to cert anybody. Which, I mean, I guess, I don't know. When did you get started? I guess he held off until he decided that you were fit, no? But he should have known how to talk to you, obviously.
Look, I mean, however it got jumbled up, right? It just kind of points at, a bit of disorganization, right? But that's throughout the PD.
Which we know about.
It happens, 100%.
Which is why we've changed things up, yeah.
Right. But, okay, I get it. So something slipped through the cracks. It just came very fucking strange. I literally touched that vehicle. Brother, I literally got in the vehicle for 5 minutes and I got a senior officer trying to check me on whether or not I should be in the vehicle. He told me that people are complaining I'm in the penumbra, which I was in for 5 minutes. And he pointed at you. He said you were complaining about it.
Well, you have been in the penumbra prior to
that. 5 minutes.
A day before that, you were driving the penumbra in a pursuit, I remember.
I might have been in the back of that vehicle for a short period of time driving with Frost.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, but you brought up the complaint, right? Why not give me a call?
Because, again, okay, so let's say like this, right? And I know you don't know that, I mean, you just found this out.
Yeah.
But we have rankings in the unit, right? If I decide to overstep the people that are below me, the supervisors, I'm the head, then what are their fucking job, If I decide to do everything...
Listen, brother, I get the whole rank thing, right?
Yeah.
But at a certain point, we should be speaking to each other like humans. You got an issue, you give me a call. You got to bring that to the pursuit chain over a simple... It turns into bullshit. Look, you don't think if you saw me in the back of a vehicle, right, and you're like, I don't know if you should be in that, your first thought is, yay, let me call Knight up instead of, running it through the entire pursuit team. I mean, the second option is just kind of overkill, right? Versus a simple phone call.
So the reason I didn't talk to you personally is because...
It turns into this.
I think nothing has happened out of this, but the reason I didn't talk to you immediately is because I realized that while we were talking that I think I saw you in a penumbra and I wasn't sure. But nonetheless, it was brought up to me during the conversation that Ventura had at least been informed that you were driving the penumbra or whatever. So, I mean, whether that was right then there, whether that was in the past...
That sounds like a whole lot of cringe drama that could have been a phone call, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was delegation.
Yeah.
I told I don't have a, listen, I love talking with people. I love giving feedback. If the chief fucked up, I would give him a call and I would give him my insight on something that happened. I would obviously never tell him what to do, right? But I always give
instead
feedback.
A senior officer that is zero context goes and has to make contact with a senior.
You're getting one thing wrong, Mr. Brian.
Sergeant.
It's not a senior officer. It's a PD pursuit team supervisor. It's the second in command.
He had no context.
I mean, he did. The only context that needs to be given is, Mr. Knight, you are kitten. You are not allowed to drive the penumbra, just so you know. I'm really excited for you to be here. You've been given the roster tag, and you're going to hold down the streets in the Buffalo, Mr. Knight. That's all that needed to be said. I don't know what else was said. If there was anything else said, I apologize, because that's what he was informed to say, because that's a very easy delegation. And I'm pretty sure that is what it was all said. I don't see how anything else could have been said.
Why not give me a phone call?
Because we have ranks for a reason, right? If I overstep every single person that's under me, why even have the fucking ranks? Why do I have a pursuit team supervisor if I'm just going to do everything on my own?
Holy.
Does that make sense?
No, this is some new shit.
So if I'm P&T head, why do I have FTOs? Why don't I just take care of all the people
That's a great example, right? So let's say Gitlin, right, was still in the police force, and let's say you were not P&T, and you saw as a sergeant Gitlin do something that was foolish. Would you not speak to Gitlin directly if you saw it?
I could, but does he have an FTO with him? Does he have an FTO with him?
Yeah, maybe he doesn't. You've seen him do something in the moment.
I would, to be honest, unless he's doing something that abruptly is endangering people, unless he's doing something that needs to be shut down ASAP, I probably wouldn't talk to him. I'd bring it up to FTOs. I'd tell them, yo, just this is within your jurisdiction. I'm not trying to overstep. I'm not trying to do your guys' job.
Are FTOs doing that as well?
They should
I'm trying to put my head around this because this is crazy. This is
as simple as it can get, Brian.
No,
this has been like this for the longest time.
I don't give a shit how long it's been. This is unnecessary bureaucracy. You know what I mean? Really? Yeah. I mean, compared to how it should be.
Let me give you an example why, right? Yeah. The reason I wouldn't step in and do shit, right, is let's say Mr. Jared does something, right, that maybe I think, okay, this is a one-off thing. I tell him, it's okay, buddy, keep doing your thing. And then I decide to talk to FTOs the day after. And they say, no, that was his final straw. He should have been sent off duty. We know about this. You don't, because we know about this in the FTO program. We handle him. That's why you should obviously always go to the direct chain of command. In that relation, he's a cadet. Obviously, I can handle it if it's something that's urgent or abrupt. But if I don't have to, which is the same thing with the penumbra, I don't need to call you and be like, "Yo, Knight, don't hop into the penumbra."
100%, because that's a normal behavior. The other is some fucking wild bureaucracy. Listen, if I see you do some dumb shit in court or whatever, and it fucks the PD, I don't give a fuck what your rank is. I'm gonna give you a call and like, hey, Bradford, hey, just so you're aware, blah blah blah. I ain't gonna go and be like, yo, Maxwell, I need. Oh my God, I saw this. And then she goes.
I agree with you,
and
Brian,
tells someone else.
You didn't do anything that was crazy. You didn't do anything that was crazy. So why should I give you a phone call and just go over, what I could be delegating? That is something so simple and something so
because the delegation
to give somebody a job. I mean, like we want to be proactive, right? Like, why do I give somebody the pursuit team supervisor role if I'm just going to do everything and be like, yo, you're not allowed to do anything?
I don't want to tell you how you should be running it, right?
No, I'm running it as the same way the rest of the PD is.
I don't know why the fuck they're running it that way if that's actually the case. Because here's the thing. If you want my honest opinion, and this is no slight at you, I mean, there is no objective reason for a pursuit team. Like, what is the existence? Like, what is its intention? Right? Are they
the supervisors?
Objectively speaking, like, what is their objective? Right?
So supervisors, they handle hot pursuits. They take care of the everyday hot pursuit. For example, scheduling one with you that McNulty did.
No.
They handle the normal.
Sorry. Let me just kind of finish. And I appreciate the answer that you're starting to give. But what I'm saying is, like, objectively, the pursuit team's, like, role is so slim compared to, like, all the fucking shit that's happening in the city, right? There are no street races that are constantly happening where that's like their primary goal and focus to be targeting. There are no,
I mean,
like,
instead they focus every single chase. Every single chase needs a pursuit team unit, operator. And that person was handpicked out of the pursuit team supervisors.
But wait, just hang tight. Just listen through what I'm trying to say here. Is like objectively the goals are very slim. That it's for effectively a program that is aimed at training and maintaining the high performance vehicles within the police department, right? It's a very slim objective set. Just like even TRT's objective set is also very slim, because yes, there are, warrant apprehensions that are taking place. Perhaps they're the go-to when there's a raid or like a terrorist or whatever. But they're very, like, slim objective cases. Now, in those things, of course you're gonna have rank when those things need to be assessed. But if you see another person in a vehicle that you don't think they should be in, you call them directly. Why does that need to go through a fucking entire song and dance? right?
I mean, it didn't. I mean, respectfully, and as much as I love you, Mr. Brian, but I feel like this is being extremely blown out of proportion. It was a simple delegated task to somebody because they just got the rank. I want to make sure they get a foot in, make sure they, start talking to people, maybe, start being shown as a supervisor, start making their name out there, and just making a simple new SOP delegation. That's extremely normal. I mean, it was nothing crazy. I would have done it, and next time if you want, I can do it, but it's really, really... it's the easiest thing ever.
While I understand that you probably want to give Chaos, right?
Yeah, Chaos.
Some delegation work. At the same time, if you saw a problem, I think giving a phone call would have been a lot more appropriate. That's my opinion, right?
I mean, and that makes sense. And in the future, if I do see something, I can bring it up.
Instead, while you might not see it blown out of proportion, it turned into a problem between you, Ventura, McNulty, and Chaos.
How so?
Because you involved a bunch of people unnecessarily. Some fucking high school bullshit. Yeah, 100%.
No, it didn't.
Were those four involved?
The people,
yes or no?
Yes, they are involved.
Okay.
Ventura and me are the heads, so obviously we should be informed of everything. No, bro. We had just enacted an SOP, and all it was is that me and Ventura had informed me that McNulty had certed you. Hey, Chaos was there, and we were just talking, chillaxing MRPD, and I just said, okay, well, whatever, that's fine. And then it was brought up the whole thing of the penumbra, and I said, well, he obviously doesn't know the fact that we have a new SOP that we just enacted. Mr. Chaos, could you just talk to him real quick and just inform him, welcome to the pursuit unit. We got you the tags, everything. Just so you know, for now, you can't drive the penumbra, but if you cook in the Buffalo, you'll be able to once you're full
wait, hold on. Bradford, as far as he and you are aware, I was not in the pursuit team.
We had just been informed. Congratulations.
After I had to go bring it up to McNulty after the fact, right?
Yeah. This conversation was after that. This conversation was after we were informed.
And there was no welcoming. He literally walked up to me and was like, I am hearing that people are upset that you are in the penumbra. And I said, what is that to you? Right? After which I had to explain to him that I had been brought into the pursuit team by McNulty, and I was given permission to drive the penumbra given the circumstances, right?
Yeah. You were certed before we enacted the SOP change. You didn't know about the SOP, which is fine. That's completely fine. Now you've been informed of the SOP and you know how to act accordingly. Now I'm sorry if Chaos put it up in a way that wasn't extremely clear.
You can't
to be honest. It sounds like you were hostile.
Yes, I was hostile, and
so I
feel like I'm getting a bit hostile right now because you're telling me one thing and then you just told me that Chaos came to welcome me into the pursuit team, right?
He was told to, yes.
How did he welcome me into the pursuit team when y'all two didn't know I was in the pursuit team till after the fact?
We did. Where are you getting this after the fact? This conversation all happened with us finding out that you were in the pursuit team, and then he talked to you. Does that make sense? We found out you were in the pursuit team.
No, he did not know that.
And then he talked. That is literally what the conversation was about, Brian.
Chaos and I spoke. He didn't know I was in the pursuit team.
Okay, you are talking about then there's two incidents. There's an incident of him talking to you real quick, and then there's an incident of me being informed, and then him being delegated to talk to you again.
He hasn't spoken to me. He's spoken to me once.
I don't know that. Maybe because this happened 3 weeks ago. Maybe I'm smoking crack, but this is all making extremely clear in my head.
Once again, I want you to listen to what I'm saying. I had Chaos come to me, question why, tell me that people are complaining that I am driving the penumbra around when it was out for 5 minutes. And he said I wasn't in the pursuit team. I had to argue with him and let him know that I am in the pursuit team. He then was looking it up, this and that, and he's like, well, you can't be in that vehicle. And I said, I was cleared by it. I said, and who's saying that is complaining about me being in the vehicle when I've had it out for 5 minutes, and he said you were complaining.
Okay.
So that's the extent of it. Right?
You should have then you should have been talked again. You should have been talked to again. I don't know.
Or you could have called me. Now I hope you understand, right? And I'm not coming at you, right? This is
you're completely fine so far.
I am trying to explain to you that this is what I experienced, and I'm saying that this because previously I remember you were saying like, man, you're making it seem like a bigger deal or whatever. Do you see how much of a shit show this created as opposed to like, yo, Brian, are you supposed to be in that shit? And I'll be like, yeah, dog. Like fucking McNulty signed me off. You're like, I bet we need to talk about it, right?
But I have I mean, to be honest, this all stems from the fact that you don't agree with. No, this is all stemming from the fact that you don't agree with the fact that we have a chain of command in the pursuit team unit. Of course, I'm gonna delegate it. Why wouldn't I?
I didn't even know who the fuck this guy was when he approached me.
He probably tried to introduce himself, and you said eat a bag of dicks. So that's probably what happened.
Brother, how much fucking weed have you smoked today? Like, keep it.
What? You literally told me you said eat a bag of dicks.
There ain't no way. Like, how fucking scrambled are you right now? Like, like, where are you coming with these like? Where's all these like thoughts coming from? They're not.
You literally
even
told
coherent.
me. You told him to go eat a bag of dicks. This is what you informed
brother,
me. This is what you informed me. That was.
I'm telling you exactly what happened, and you're like manufacturing these like fucking wild theories of what may or may not have occurred.
You told me. You told him to eat a bag of dicks.
I did tell him to eat a bag of dicks. Yeah, motherfucker. If some fucking senior comes up to me and tries to check my ass. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking put him in his place.
That's a pursuit team supervisor.
Motherfucker, I don't know who the fuck he is. Pursuit team my dick. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. Listen, we out here trying to do some goddamn police work. All right? We're losing bench trials left and right. And hearing that there's a ton of fucking bureaucracy over the cargo fast unit, right? Sounds fucking...
There's been no issues whatsoever.
But brother, we're talking about an issue right now, right? And we haven't even extended it. We haven't extended this conversation to what happened to Omar and other shit like that, right? And you you have acknowledged yourself that there has been a gap in shift 2, which is why you brought
Mr. Chaos,
Chaos into place. So you can't say on one hand there are no issues, but then acknowledge there are issues, right?
No, there are 100% issues, which is why we brought Chaos into play, and he's been doing amazing so far. You are the first person to ever brought up a complaint about him.
I don't have a problem with Chaos.
Yeah, I mean, you're making it seem like he had a bad choice of words. He had a tone. You made it seem like he wasn't.
No, there was no tone, motherfucker. I'm calling your dumbass out for not calling me directly. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, it's very normal to delegate. Do you handle every single task that a senior officer could handle? If you
no, because that's a chain of command. But
we have a chain of command in the pursuit
if I see Maxwell do something, because that has nothing to do. If I see something happen where I question another officer, regardless of their rank, is that I'm going to call them and have a adult conversation with them, right? Simple and short. I'm not going to go send it into 5 different ears, and which is you, me, McNulty.
McNulty was not a part of the conversation.
Then how'd you find out of the pursuit?
About what? That we found out from Henry Chaos. He told us.
Do you remember what happened, or?
Me and Ventura, Henry Chaos were in the upper motor pool. To be honest, from what it sounds like Henry Chaos hasn't approached you again, which he should have. We found out from Henry Chaos that you were pursuing, and he told us that McNulty had certed you. Which he found out from that conversation. Now, he should have talked to you again, but I'm guessing he realized that you understood his message the first time, that you shouldn't be in a penumbra, and that's why he hasn't. Maybe because it was such an unpleasant conversation. I cannot talk for him. He's sadly 142.
This conversation is not about Chaos. It's about, okay. I hope next time, if you see something in the moment, like regardless of whether it's me or whoever, you should probably give him a call, right?
I completely forgot about it until it was brought up, the fact that until they mentioned the fact of a penumbra.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of a high intense pursuit. I remember seeing you in a penumbra, not sure if you were doubled up or not. And I mean, that's simply it. And obviously, he saw you again in the penumbra, so I guess it was you in the penumbra. I don't really know, but it really is not a big deal. And if it was, said in a way which was horrible or made you deterred or whatever it could have possibly been, I apologize, but you are not to drive the penumbra and only the buffalo until you're fully certed. That is, I mean, it's that simple.
I mean, listen,
if you'd like to, I mean, it's up to you, bro.
Wait, I'm completely. You went in a completely different direction. Sorry, what did you say?
No, I mean, you're making it seem like you hate the pursuit team unit right now. I'm saying I would love to still have you.
I'm asking you, brother. I'm gonna put this in bold italics. I'm asking the next time. I wish you had given me a phone call.
And I wish I would have as well, but obviously I must have forgotten about it. I mean, I just told
when you saw it happen, Bradford.
That was mid pursuit. I'm not
going to after the fact, right?
And I must have forgotten. It must have been a long pursuit. I forgot.
Chaos over who didn't even know that I was on the team. I hope you recognize. Listen, I hope you recognize that was just not the move, right?
Okay, so you're failing to acknowledge there's been 2 conversations. You should have had 2 conversations.
Yeah, you're telling me yes that there was supposed to be another one, and once again,
yes.
I've not been reached out to, right?
Yeah, so the one time that Henry approached you, seeing you drive a penumbra was not delegated by me. That was simply him seeing you actually be within the vehicle. Now, I do remember, and this is probably what he was referencing, that 3 months ago, a very long time ago, or whatever the fuck, you were driving penumbras left and right. And he knows that at one point you were. At one point you were.
No, 4 months ago, back way.
Yeah. That is probably what he's referencing.
Back. I think
there should have been
December.
2 conversations with you.
All right. Well, here's the deal. I just got permission from Peters, so, for the penumbra.
Okay, I mean, we'll talk with Peters. That should not be. I'm pretty sure me and Ventura had to talk with the chief, and that should not be a thing. High command should not be giving people approval to simply drive the penumbra.
Chain of command, brother. Chain of command. I just follow orders.
Yeah, I mean, it is. That's completely fine. Just listen. For now, if you've been given approval, do your thing. But that's gonna be retracted.
I hope you. I hope you understand where I'm coming from, right? Like this is not.
I do.
I don't want to try to.
No.
Listen, I hope you guys succeed in the pursuit unit. I want to be a part of it, 100%. Right? I'm just saying that I don't want this to come across like I want your pursuit unit to fail or that you're doing like whatever, right? It's just the general, as someone who's been in the police department for a very long time, you may not see this, right?
I've been a part of a PD for 4 years.
It is very important that people talk to each other directly when they see something's
100%.
off, and that chain of command and these other things are only utilized if there needs to be like administrative action, right? Anything short of that just stirs a bunch of shit. Whether you see it or not, that's for you to eventually
I understand what you're saying.
Right.
No, I understand what you're saying, and I'm telling you that whenever I saw you in the penumbra, I should have called you. But you gotta acknowledge that when I'm in pursuits, I'm mostly in the pursuits for 50 minutes, where I'm primary the entire time, and I can never give anybody a call until it's over. And at that point,
I get that
because it's been a 50-minute pursuit. So I should have called you, yes, in the moment, but I didn't. I acknowledged the fact you were driving a penumbra after. And I delegated a simple task to somebody that I should be able to delegate, and I should delegate. Because otherwise, why the fuck should we have ranks? Now, if you don't agree with ranks, that's understandable. But we do have ranks, and every single department
I genuinely don't know about what these internal cert ranks are all about.
Everybody
I genuinely
does
don't.
Except you.
Well, I just got approval for the pursuit for the penumbra, so I mean maybe there's a little bit of misunderstanding as to where it begins and where it ends, right?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. What do you mean by that comment? Other than me, everyone's listen. Let's try not to be passive aggressive. You know what I mean? Direct is a little bit
first
better.
of all, Okay, listen. I am completely fine with having a conversation, but in this conversation, you have said PRT to my dick. So I think
I've said it once, brother. Let's not get.
I think my comment is completely fine, Brian.
Yeah, listen.
I think
a PRT.
Listen,
PRT,
this is not heated at all.
listen.
I love you. I love you, Brian. I can have a conversation, and that's what we're having right now. You giving me feedback, and I'm telling you, and I promise you, on my mother's life, even though I'm ESL, maybe I don't make myself clear, right? This is my second language.
I'm pretty. I am ESL myself.
I am taking every single thing that you're saying into account. I truly am. Okay, and I want you to.
You don't actually think I mean pursuit to my dick, right?
No, that's why I haven't pulled your. That's why I haven't pulled your. Listen, you're just saying things, and I'm not taking it into heart.
No, what I do mean is that I think you should have spoken to me after the fact instead of sending a fucking senior, right?
Okay. Yeah,
because if it seems
potentially, stop saying senior.
Yes,
it's not a senior. It's a pursuit team supervisor.
No, which see, and that's where the holdup is, right?
What?
Right. How the fuck is that even supposed to work? Exactly.
It's working perfect. There's been no issues. You're the only one that's been.
I promise you, people hate you guys. Just straight up. Listen, they're not going to come.
If that's the case, I would love if they talk to me. But obviously
bad,
they're too
brother. Yeah, they're not going to bring it up. Yeah, listen, most people motherfucking pussies. You think they listen? Like, look, that's horrible. I say
people should bring up any concerns. I want to hear concerns. If otherwise,
I want to hear concerns too, right? Like after 2 months, and like when you think I'm in the wrong fucking vehicle, right? Not have to hear it through 5 different fucking motherfuckers have to get involved with.
McNulty fumbled the bag. I agree.
I don't think McNulty fumbled the bag, right?
I don't think. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Okay, well, explain to me. What am I missing here? Where was he in the ranking structure in all this?
The same rank as Chaos is now. They are both the same rank. They are second in command.
So you and Ventura run the pursuit unit, and yes. McNulty was under you?
Yes. McNulty is under me. Yes.
So when these signups occurred, right? Mm-hmm. Who was McNulty needing to sign off with? Because my understanding is that he needed to speak with you about it, right?
He could have. All I asked for him, and this is specifically
did he forget?
All I asked,
did you follow up with him?
I stated, if you want to search, so he messaged me and said, I've done the pursuit team. I did it with, I think it was Oxby, Vigray, you, and someone else, whatever. He said some people. And I said, okay, that's fine. Beautiful. Thank you so much. If you want to search someone, just hit me up. Otherwise, just give them the feedback accordingly. He said, I got you, brother. And he never told me that he wanted to search you, So obviously, he didn't want to. Maybe he held off. Maybe he waited till he saw more improvements, or he forgot.
This guy's
don't know
lying.
What went through his head. I cannot speak.
Adam, thank you for the gifted sub. I've already spoken to McNulty about this. Okay, so McNulty, gave 2 names and didn't give the other 2 names? Because he told me the very opposite when I spoke to him.
What? What did he? What?
He that is not what he told me when there was 4 of us in the pursuit team, or in the pursuit crowd.
I mean, I just told you I don't remember hold on, let me pull up the email once.
Yeah,
I don't see how the other 2 names are important, but I can pull up the email if you want me to.
Well, okay, let me try to draw you the picture. 4 people took the test.
It was you, Pike. It was Pike, Shields, Oxby, and Knight.
Yeah,
and he stated once. He said, honestly, it might be Pike and Shields, which he did, sir. And he said, Oxby can cook and Knight can wait. So I was hoping after that. I said,
he said this, really?
Yes.
Because he told me that I passed with flying colors. Those are his words.
Did you get certed when he said that?
Yes, after I confronted him.
And did he do this right after you did the hot pursuit, or 2 months later? If it was 2 months later,
actually, no. After we had done the test, he said we all did extremely well.
Of course, I mean that's what you're gonna say.
Okay, and then he told me that just last week. So you're telling me he said what you're just reading to me right now?
Yes, I mean that's fine. That's completely fine. He obviously felt like you needed more time, and you waited, and then you got certed.
this entire thing is very sus. I'm gonna say that
it is so normal. It is. What are you talking about?
Because listen, man, a lot of this is not very consistent. You're talking to a fucking detective, all right? Listen.
Yeah, you're getting amazed.
Yeah. So I pick up on these things, all right? So
listen, from what it seems like, okay, is that you guys did the hot pursuit.
You ain't
gives you a
fooling
normal
me,
answer
bro.
that you would give anyone, which is you guys did amazing. Let me get back to y'all. He then decided to serve Pike and Shields, and I'm guessing he decided to wait on you to see improvements. He saw improvements. He contacted you. You're certed. Congratulations. Which is fine.
That didn't happen.
However, he should have contacted you right after.
Wait, but that never happened. Where are you coming up with this? He watched me driving. I don't think I've seen McNulty since that day.
Okay, well, I don't.
That's my point.
Okay, well,
I hadn't
don't know
seen
what
McNulty. I had to go fucking. I saw him on duty. I fucking ran after his ass.
There's a reason why he instantly certed Pike and Shields after the hot pursuit and not you, correct? Maybe you weren't around when he was, and maybe he was waiting to catch you, but he should have.
So, like, who's in charge? Are you and Ventura not in charge of, like, making sure that you're getting status on these things and whatnot?
I did. He said he would deal with it. I'm sorry he didn't, but I mean, since he certed Pike and Shields, I assumed that he also talked with you, which I guess I shouldn't have. I should have followed him up on it, but we both can acknowledge McNulty's insanely. He's been in the PD for so. I feel like he can talk to you, no? So
yeah,
I feel like I didn't have to babysit him there, but maybe I should have, which I apologize for because you weren't contacted in so long,
Yeah. I'm just kind of wondering how many other people had to deal with that, because not most people aren't going to be as upfront as I am, right?
I mean, I don't
we
know.
had the
Most
Omar
people
situation. Like, what was going on with that? He had to wait till. Why is Omar been dicking around for about a month? Just straight up, honest.
I mean, that has nothing to do with this. I'm not gonna talk on his behalf.
On Omar's behalf?
I'm not gonna talk about what happened with that. That has nothing to do with this whatsoever.
It's not pursuit related?
I mean, it is pursuit related, but I don't have to give you that information. It's already been handled. Omar's now within the pursuit team unit
gotcha.
As of today, and he's shining.
I'm just asking because look, if it's some like serious shit that can't be spoken about, that's perfectly understandable, right?
No, I mean it's. But
if I'm getting if it's being brought up to me,
to do with you.
Well, it does, because if those issues are being brought up to me, and I am a sergeant. Right.
And I'm sorry, but those issues were brought up to the entire PD for some reason as well.
What do you mean?
Everybody heard it. Senior officers were told about this. Officers were told about this.
About
everybody was made known.
What is this?
About the Omar thing. For some reason, everybody was
What's the Omar
made
thing?
Known. I'm not going to go into it. That's
nothing
to do with you. It has to do with the pursuit team.
Wait. Listen. Look. I don't know what you're saying, only because I'm saying... you're saying the Omar thing. I can't talk about the Omar thing. I don't know what you think is the Omar thing, right? I'm telling you as a sergeant, Omar, among others, have brought up the concern to me. And I'm asking you, sergeant to sergeant, like, what is going on, right? Now, I don't need to know internally to your pursuit team, like, is he doing some crazy shit? But why?
It was simply that he wasn't hot. It was simply that he was going to do his hot pursuit 1 week after being hired, and we don't. That is against our SOPs.
Simple. Is that all it was?
That's all it was. He said he didn't like the PRT and he didn't want to be in it, and now he's in it, and he's the happiest guy ever. He's a happy camper. I love him.
Did he have to go into shift 1 to get that?
He could have been in shift 2. I think that was coincident. He could have been shift 2 and he would have already had it by now. Yes.
And then what about when he set up a pursuit run and then he couldn't go to it and he got shit for that? Did that actually happen?
I'm not going to speak on that. That's if he wants to tell you about that, he can. That is something that is in relation to the PRT and the PRT only. That has nothing to do with this whatsoever.
That is this
was handled a month ago. I don't know why this is bringing up. This is not an issue anymore. He's in the PRT.
Okay. Well, I mean, if it happened in the past, right? And that's why I'm asking for clarity, right? I mean, I don't want to be running off with misinformation.
I mean, this shouldn't be leaving the circle, because if it does, it's just people bringing up old shit, which they shouldn't.
That's why I'm asking you. Bradford. That's why I'm asking.
No, this has been handled. I said that this was the first thing I said. It's been handled, which means it's over and it's done with. No.
I think it's good to have transparency because, you know, if it's kind of just swept under the rug, it doesn't really solve too much.
No, it wasn't at all. It wasn't at all.
It okay. All right. Okay.
No, that's fine. This is Floppy Dugong. He wants me.
All right. Well, listen, Bradford, I appreciate the conversation.
100%. Listen.
What is the next steps here? What do I need to do to ensure that I don't get dicked around for another 2 months?
Okay. So if you ever have any thoughts or concerns, you are completely fine with bringing it to me directly. Yeah. Okay. Listen, I love you, Brian. Even after this conversation, I genuinely love you. You're a great peace officer. I look up to you.
Okay.
It doesn't matter for the same rank or whatever. I know you've been in the PD for way longer than me. And obviously you know what you're doing, right? I think we both acknowledge that you are a sergeant, but obviously you could be whatever rank you want to be if, whatever, right? If you were, if you wanted to be around, whatever. Listen, if you have any thoughts or concerns, if you have any issues, you can contact me. What I want to see from you here on out is I want to see you cook in a PD Buffalo. You can drive the V-Star now. You can drive the V-Star however long you want. It doesn't matter to me. But I want to see you cook in the PD Buffalo, a normal one from the shared pool that isn't yo engine swapped. And then when I see you cook, you'll be fully certed.
What is
once you're fully certed,
what is do you guys have like a SOP manual, goals for what the pursuit team is?
I want to see you being able to delegate units accordingly within a pursuit.
Yeah.
I want to see you be able to keep up, make important calls within a pursuit. And I want to see that maintained over a set period of time. Not an insane set period of time, maybe a week, maybe 2. If we feel like you are the right fit for the PRT, if you've been doing amazing, similar to a PPO, we don't have a set things or whatever, right? We see them maintain that set of
I would literally destroy this unit
and you're fully certed.
if I was in high command.
So if you go out there, you delegate units accordingly, you make it known that you're a kitten, people look up to you within pursuit, you make sure you can handle the calls, you make sure you can keep visual on the vehicle.
Yeah.
It's not all about driving, it's about being able to lead while driving. I know you can do that, so do your thing and you'll be fully certed.
Is this stuff written down anywhere just so I can reference it in the morning?
Should be in the SOPs. I mean, this is very, very normal things. What we want to see from a pursuit team member.
Right. So, so I'm going to look this up. And how do I have, because I come on around the time you're going to bed. So what do I do?
Well, at the end of the day, if no issues are brought up about you being in a Buffalo, right? Yeah. Then at one point, if I realize that you've been in a Buffalo,
I'm like one of 8 officers, and usually the only one in the Interceptor that I've gotten approval for, catching 95s and shit. So, right? So,
well, I mean, that's completely fine. Listen, let's say, for example, right? Let's say you're the only one awake. There's no Ventura. There's nobody that can above you in the pursuit team that can see what you're doing. But we haven't received any complaints. At that point, you'll just be promoted, right? Because that means you're doing good, no? If there's no complaints from anybody about what you're doing good. That's just how it is.
Okay. So if I just, as I've been driving, been on duty for the past week and a half, we haven't run into each other. Things are going pretty well, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I haven't been told about anything. Yeah, no, I haven't been told about anything so far.
All right. So... okay, so do I just wait? Do I get a next evaluation? I'm trying to make sense of this in my own mind, right? So I got to make it work.
100%. Well, I'll make sure that Henry Chaos, that is your Henry Chaos or McNulty, if you'd like, it doesn't matter. I'll make sure they try to keep tabs on you. I'll try to make sure they contact you accordingly. Try to double check where you're at. If you ever have any questions or regards, right? And if you want to double check, because you know how it is to run a PD. We can't just be contacting everybody. We have 50 people in the unit, right? If you ever have any questions on how it's going, or if you want feedback, if you want to double check, you can always contact us. Okay. That's what I always recommend. That's what I've always lived by, is that you shouldn't just be waiting for people to approach you. You should also try to approach people. Because at the end of the day, we know how big a PD is. It's impossible to keep tabs on every single person. Nobody can do that. So if you actually want to proactively move, you should also be contacting us. I do agree with that.
Okay. All right. I will. I'll be doing so. If I'm around a lot more shift 1, because my stuff does move around, does that affect pursuit promos? Does it really matter? Really, what shift I'm rolling?
What'd you say?
I'm going to be running shift 1 a decent amount this coming month. Does that affect my pursuit, tags and all that?
Do you think you won't be in shift 2 at all, or like only the early
it
part?
depends. It depends. I'm a very, President Davis sometimes needs me at certain times.
I think with you being a part-timer, because I mean that is what you put down, respectfully, in the thing, in the roster, you're part-time.
Wait, where?
In the roster, I'm pretty sure you're put down as part-timer. You're not.
I would be
part-time.
I think I had more hours on duty than I listen. I don't fucking know, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say it shouldn't be a problem.
I'm shift 0.
As long as you're I'd say it shouldn't be a problem. As long as you're doing well, you should be fine. Obviously, we would like to see you in shift 2. So if you can, please be around in shift 2. That's where we want to see you. But I don't see how it should fully hold you back from getting promoted.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. I appreciate it, Bradford. I hope you understand where I'm coming from, right? At the end of the day, I want to see this PD succeed. Shit's not exactly sweet right now, right? I mean, you see it, right?
No, not at all.
You haven't seen.
Like what? Give me an example. I mean, I don't know. You're talking very broad. We keep losing,
like bench trials or court cases.
Oh yeah,
fucking dog shit processing. Motherfuckers are spending more time going to bank trucks, fucking around, not filling their reports, not collecting evidence. When you actually need assistance, people are fucking jerking off in the fucking corner. Those are real problems. And a lot of this bullshit is just not it. You know what I mean? And so, I want to see things get better because I do want to see our PD get better, right? Otherwise, what the fuck is the point of our job?
I agree, 100%.
But, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, 100%.
Yeah. All right. Well, Bradford, I appreciate the conversation, man.
100%. I love you, bro.
All right. Same. I don't
day,
I don't do that. You know what I mean? My last time I did that, my friend died. So.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that was a good conversation, but holy motherfuck, man. It felt very dishonest. I mean, I think it was on. Like, here's the thing, man. Like, I don't want to. I didn't want to go too hard on Brian with this, but it's like feels really shit. Right? I'm being gaslit and lied to. I think there was a lot of truth in it. It's just with the handful of lies mixed in, it's hard to I don't know. I hope he understands where Knight's coming from, because at the end of the day, like, the obvious lying was, hard to respect.
It's clear out front.
All right.
Cars outside, but no one inside.
Do we have doctors on duty?
No, don't give him a hard time, chat. I think those kind of conversations are very important, right? I want you to keep in mind too, Brian's coming from a very different mentality. What Brian was trying to advocate there, I don't know if it was communicated well by Knight, is like, if literally everything you are doing is taking